Hey everyone, welcome back to Outside the Box. I just got back from my EdTech conference last week, and the keynote speaker at the conference talked a little bit about the school where he teaches, and I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about it because it's a rural school, a lot like ours, and his students don't really get a lot of exposure to the outside world. One of the things that he really focused on in his classroom is building global awareness, which is really not easy when you live in an isolated community like his. So he uses mystery Skypes or mystery Google Hangouts to kind of connect his classroom with the rest of the world. Mystery Skypes or Google Mystery Hangouts are video chat sessions that are set up between teachers to connect their class with another class that lives far away. So there's always a chosen topic that your students focus on, and then they interact with the other class by asking and answering a series of yes-no questions. So for example, the students might be trying to guess what state the other class lives in. They can only ask yes or no questions. So they can ask a question like, is your state in the Midwest? Or is the population of your state under 1 million? Things like that. So then they have to use the process of elimination to determine where the other class is. Or for science classes, for example, they could try to guess different biomes or species. Social studies could focus on different historical events. There are a lot of different ideas online that can really help you plan these sessions and get some good ideas together. Usually they say to try to connect to the classroom that's more than 300 miles away from your own, so your students really get a different perspective. This particular presenter was a 5th grade teacher in Pennsylvania, and his students were actually just practicing for a concert when they did their first session. They wanted an audience to practice their song in front of, so they went onto a website and got connected with a class in Africa. They really enjoyed the session and ended up Skyping with this class over and over and developing this really awesome relationship and actually learning the language of the other class in Africa. So they eventually developed this great relationship and saw that the students weren't able to go to school during the rainy season. So through this relationship they developed, they were actually able to fundraise and help build a bridge that would allow the students to cross over the river during the rainy season and continue going to school all year. So again, that's kind of a really big example of how the project kind of exploded and expanded into something else. But you could start much smaller and just connect with another class with something really simple. There are a few different resources that you can use to get started with this type of project if you're interested in trying it. You can use Skype on your desktop computer. You would just have to hook up a webcam to it. If you want to use Skype, you can go to skypeintheclassroom.com to find other classes to Skype with or to find guest speakers who are willing to talk to your students for free. This website will help you actually schedule and find things that work with your time zone. So that's really helpful in the scheduling aspect of it. If you would like to do a Google Hangout, you can do that on your Chromebook or your desktop computer. The best way to find Google Mystery Hangouts are to go onto the Google Plus community, and there are a lot of groups on there that are dedicated to planning these mystery hangouts and coordinating and working together and scheduling. Those are the 2 best places that you can go to plan this type of lesson. So that was just a really quick synopsis of this type of lesson. I really think that connecting with classrooms outside of our own community could be an awesome experience for our students. The reality is that a lot of our students don't leave South Carolina very often, so this is an awesome free way to expand their horizons and maybe help them learn about the world outside of our small town. If you're interested in trying out this type of lesson, I would love to help you get started. Just send me an email or come by the library to see me and we will start getting something set up for you. Thank you so much for listening as always and have a great weekend.